Go.
Ethical issues and dilemmas have been around since the beginning of time. Philosophers such as Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, and Confucius have tried to explain what ethics is, even though they couldn't agree on what it was and what was ethical within society. Families try very hard to instill their ethical values into their children. Once in school, children also learn ethics and what is ethical and what is unethical may be in direct conflict with what they were taught at home. What is ethics? Ethics is defined as the study of how we live our lives and what is right and wrong. There are several levels of ethics. It starts with the family, where most children learn their first ethical dilemma. Because parents tell a child to do as I say, not as I do, and to say little white lies are okay. And that sets up a dilemma within a child. Then you go to the church, which teaches an eye for an eye or tooth for a tooth, and to turn the other cheek. This is followed by the Ten Commandments that thou shalt not kill, and then they see us sending our troops out to kill anyway. And in the Ten Commandments, it states that thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor manservant, nor maidservant, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. But some children see their parents committing adultery and doing what is against what they believe to be taught by the church in the Ten Commandments, which is wrought with ethical dilemmas. Then they go to school, where the school also teaches ethical dilemmas. This is done through the ways of bullying, stealing, and other unacceptable behavior. And the school administration and the teachers and everybody that's within the school of authority looks the other way. Then you have your personal dilemma ethics, which are ethics that everyone develops over time. They are the ones that are a combination of ethics from and what are instilled from the aforementioned groups. People take their personal feelings of ethical dilemmas from their past and intertwine them with what they believe is ethical. We also teach ethics through social media. We are always told that the cops were our friends. Thanks to social media, the police have been videotaped to abuse and shoot innocent victims. This goes against what we are taught, and so people are afraid to call the cops because they are not sure if they will become a suspect or just another victim. Then you have your worth ethics, which are displayed by the way you do your job. Encouraging others to get back to work when they need to, getting to work on time, and doing it no matter what it takes. Being self-motivated and working in adverse conditions, and doing the right thing no matter what. There's also workplace ethics, which is doing the right thing for the company. showing you can follow the rules and follow your coworkers when they are doing unethical things, and showing them how to do what is ethical. This takes patience, because when people start seeing people taking pens, paper, reams of paper, or other things to help their students and their children for schools, taking school supplies, and people wonder if that's ethical or unethical. Organizational ethics is another one. This is how the organization will behave as a whole. This forms the normal culture of the organization. The culture also creates a norm that is not necessarily ethical. In order for the organization to behave ethically, it must flow from the top. Ethics must flow from the top down. Then you have your corporate governance is defined as the process to which an organization is directed or controlled. There are several levels amongst this. They start with the shareholders. The shareholders need the organization to run ethically to make a profit. The shareholders need to assure that the organization makes a profit and keeps it and to pay its bills. Then this is followed by the board of directors. The board of directors needs to act ethically and run efficiently. They also need they need to set the ethical example for the rest of the company to follow. Then you got your C-suite members, which are hired and approved by the board of directors. He or she also has to emulate ethical behavior that is set forth by the board of directors. Then you have your middle management, which is expected to act ethically. These people are your supervisors. They need to set the example for the others to follow. You have your workers and your supervisors who also have to work ethically, and they have to be able to follow the example of ethically which were set forth by the upper management. There are several responsibilities also that people need to follow. One of which is fiduciary. And that is where the corporate responsibility protects the capital and pays its creditors, followed by legal and regulatory laws. There are many laws and regulations that need and should be followed by the corporation. And information flow must be from the bottom up, because there are certain proprietary information that is set at the top that cannot and should not be leaked to the subordinates below. And in closing, ethics is instilled at an early age. It should be practiced in everything you say and do. Ethics needs to be practiced at all levels within the work environment. Corporations need to set a high standard of ethical behavior for everyone to follow. Without ethical behavior, nothing is worth doing. Ethics is very important to me and my family.